Hello and welcome to my channel. Why don't you stick around and come along with me as I take this solid coffee table, which is made of oak, and give it a little bit of tender loving care that it so needs. Come along. I started out taking some standard sugar soap and mixed it with some warm water so I could get all of the dust, grease and grime that was just in the table. I don't want to sand in any of that dust or particles into the table itself. So it's always a really good idea to give it a really good scrub down, rinsing it off with some clean water after the fact. I'm coming in now hot with the drill and the drill bits. Just thought it'd be easier to just get rid of the legs, take them off, can get the sander in and around all of them, and much easier this way. So now the whole thing is clean and it's ready to be sanded. I'm just looking at the legs, they're all looking good. There's a few scratch marks on the tabletop, and as you can see here, there looks like a watering mark. I'm hoping that sanding will just get that right out. Outside now, as you can see here, just to sand. I'll still be wearing my respirator because safety first, people. Safety first. Here I am just going in with an 80 grit sandpaper just to get through those sort of scratch marks and the watermark. I'll then work myself up to 120 to 180. Don't ask me why. I just see, I hear a lot of people do that. Please, if you know why you go up in grit. I know that the 80 grit's really coarse and it can create scratches, so if you go up it gets rid of the scratches. But does it do anything with the pores of the wood? I don't know. I have no idea. Please let me know down below. So I flipped it over and the varnish underneath is really clogging up my sandpaper. So I've switched out for, I think it's a carbide scraper. I see other people using this, but theirs normally have like a little knob thing on the top. So I have no idea if this is correct. But anyway, this is what I'm going with. Then once I've got that sort of shine off, going back in with the sandpaper. Now just look at the colour difference. One leg is sanded, the other isn't. That's some sexy looking wood right there. Back in with the old scrapey scraper and then sanding it all down, and then this will be done. If you're still here watching this, then I applaud you because there isn't even music. I could sing to you, but I don't think anybody wants that. Not a single person. Oh, my sander died and I couldn't be bothered to go upstairs to change the battery, so just some good old elbow grease for this final little bit of the leg. And there you have it, all the sanding is done. So I've brought everything back inside and I'm applying this wood dye, literally just with a microfiber cloth. It's a medium Georgian oak colour, really, really easy to apply, literally just wipe it on, no rubbing away the excess, and you just put anywhere between 1 and 3 layers on, depending on how deep you want the colour. I opted for 2 and it's only an hour recoat time in between, which was quite handy. Look at these sexy looking legs now. Look at them. Had 2 coats, drying, fabulous, glorious. Now on to the tabletop for wood dye application, except, oh no, there is some scratch marks still I can see there on the table. Out it goes again for another sanding, just to get rid of those. Right, I've set my tripod up in a precarious balancing act on the chair, just so you can get this super sexy upper shot of me about to put wood dye on. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea, but here we go. I'm about to apply. Let's go. And yeah, you did fall over. You haven't got vertigo. But here we go. Here it is. It's had 2 coats at this point. Has it? Oh yeah, it has. I'm just going in with like a fine detail brush here. Just to get inside these little grooves with the wood dye. I don't think this was the best way to apply it, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I didn't really have any other idea. So sexy little
If you have one,
let me know in the comments below, because it just
sort of
kind of
look
like
rather than the orangey
smudged it
colours.
around and it didn't sort of like evenly apply it all over. So yeah. I went in with this interior lacquer that was said to go with this wood dye. It says to apply just 1 or 2 coats. I put 2 on the legs and 3 on the tabletop, just because of, like, you know, high traffic area. Oh, great angle there, Charlotte. It looks white, but it actually does dry clear, so I did sort of like worry about that. I just gave it a really good stir first. Didn't shake it, because I've heard that if you shake lacquer, it can give you air bubbles. So literally just get in there with a good stick and just give it a good old stir. It does say to give a little rub down with the fine sandpaper. I did that with a 240, just in between coats, not on the last layer, just in between the other layers, just to smooth out any sort of like bumps or marks or anything that you can see, or any fluff particles that have like falling into it whilst it's been drying. I know what you're thinking here. Did I actually do media training at college? Because these filming angles of my arms and hands are just glorious. No, I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, again, here comes my arm. Enjoy. Now she's all sorted. I've let her dry overnight. I'm literally just going to put her together and attempt being a very strong word, at staging her. I'm not very good at that. You will soon see. Anywho, here's a quick reminder of what she looked like before, and here is the after. I really like the colour. Yeah, I bought her for £10, spent about £16 and 4 hours of time on her. Here she is staged. Look at that. I really have put in a lot of effort into that. I'm going to put her up for £80. If that doesn't sell, I'll go down. But if you've got a little table like this at home, it's really quite simple to actually give it a little bit of TLC. So if you do, then yeah, let me know. Happy flipping.